Hello everyone, it's Evie here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Before we begin, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, we're going to be talking about gender dysphoria. Let's get straight into today's video. So what is gender dysphoria? Well, gender dysphoria is when the mind and the body don't like each other so much, and it causes a distress where you feel like when your birth sex and gender don't align with one another. And that would kind of causes dysphoria. And what does gender dysphoria feel like? Well, it feels like, like you're not really the person that you really are meant to really be. And makes you feel kind of stressed, anxiety, sad, depressed. It kind of feels like an outsider, where you feel like you don't really fit in because of how you're feeling with your gender identity, where you're confused about how you identify. Because for someone like me, where I was confused for a very long time about how I wanted to express myself and my gender identity for a long time, I didn't really know how to really express myself. And and for a long time, I'd be basically crying and feeling stress and anxiety and scared. And that was all because of gender dysphoria. Because not every single person who is trans deals with gender dysphoria, by the way. But it's underneath the trans umbrella as well. You don't need gender dysphoria to be trans or agender, gender fluid, not binary, or anything underneath the trans umbrella. And why am I talking about this? Because this has been a requested video and a planned video I've been feel like needing to make it more understandable for people who may not understand why people who are, trans may be confused or may not understand why, it is why they way that they are. So yeah, it's because of the fact that their birth sex and gender do co-align in the brain and body, and it causes stress, anxiety, and distress, and where you feel kind of like the urge to try to express yourself, usually with some makeup, clothes, or by transitioning. Transitioning can help a lot of people feel better, a lot better, and definitely when they have support from their friends and family, feel like they are able to be seen and supported and heard. Because when you're not being supported, heard, and being disrespected, then they feel like they always have to stay, quote unquote, in the closet, is what we call it, and always feel like they have to hide who they are. And that can cause even more gender dysphoria and stress and anxiety. And that can cause people to really make their mental health go from good to really bad to sing or doing suicidal things. That is why saying stuff like, oh, the F slur, saying that, telling people to harm themselves, like, oh, you should cut your wrist or your throat, go, like, and stuff like that. Like, it's not really good to tell people that. And that can cause people even more stress and anxiety by telling people that. And also causing them to have more dysphoria. And the thing that can cause even more dysphoria for people is by asking people about their date name, and about the surgery, and about their voice, and how they present themselves. Because for a lot of trans folks, they may not like the way they sound or the way they're able to really express themselves currently. And it's always important to really realize this and hold on this, is that it's very, very, very important to respect anyone's privacy and boundaries. Meaning that you don't ask for people's dead name, their, stuff they do in the bedroom, and if they, or people do anything really. Like if they do with like their dead name, has to do with sex, or the surgery, aka sexual assignment surgery, that no. And keep telling people, oh, but you blah 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 blah, you just gender, then you're just transphobic and not allowed on this channel or in this community at all. But we've been this in the other, video as well, in more depth. And this is just one talking about gender dysphoria. And talking about all of those connects to this video because forcing people to be something that you're not can cause people to have even more dysphoria and feel even worse about themselves. And that's not a good thing because feeling like they always have to be trapped in a body that they aren't comfortable in sucks very, very much. And from someone that experienced gender dysphoria, still to this very day, from time to time, it sucks. It feels icky. It feels so bad. But at the same time, it's good. You might be wondering, Evie, how is it a good thing to have dysphoria? Because doesn't it make you want to like cry, stress, anxiety, and depressed at times? Yes. But at the same time, if you're able to know, able to realize, able to know, be like, why do I feel dysphoric? Why do I feel like this way? Is it the clothes I'm wearing? Is it the way I'm presenting myself? Or is it the way people perceive me? And it's you're able to really hone that in and control that. You're able to be like, you know what? It's okay to cry, and you feel like you need to, cry in private or not have someone to lean on. Let's say like you have like a partner or a friend or even your family or friends and family. Then like you be able to like tell them how you're feeling and just let it all out. Like maybe it's anger or frustration or just crying. Because crying is healthy for us as humans. And keeping all that in is very, very unhealthy. That can actually cause you to even feel more stress and anxiety and worse. It can deepen your mental health and worsen it even more. If you keep all the anger, anxiety, and sadness and never allow yourself to cry at all. You like doesn't matter if it goes even past dysphoria as well. It's any mental, disorder. And that's why it's important to maybe talk to like a therapist or your friends and family. If you don't have money for a therapist, or if a therapist doesn't really work out for you, maybe like try writing in a journal, talking to your friends and family and partner if you feel comfortable doing that. Or, you know, maybe like talking to yourself, getting it all out and seeing, how that works. Because that what works for me. And when I talk to my mom and my friends about it, I feel a lot better. And even to my boyfriend as well. And yeah. And truly, yeah. And yeah. Like, isn't for you just pretty much this thing, this weird feeling in the body and brain where you feel like you don't really feel like yourself. Feel like you're seeing yourself in a third person point of view and seeing someone completely different than who you actually are inside. And people that try to deny you, don't listen to them. Don't ever listen to the haters or anyone that is transphobic and homophobic. Because if you listen to them, you allow them to win. And gotta remember, if we're going through dysphoria, let it all out and say these things. You're valid, you're beautiful, you're strong, you're kind. Or you're someone that's trying to mask, you're handsome, you're kind, you're strong, and you're brave. Some people are like trans fans also. You have to be strong and brave as well, and that as well. But don't just envy gender fluid. You're brave, strong, beautiful, handsome, and yeah, and kind. And try to rehearse that saying to yourself, and then while hugging, you feel like plus see if you have one, or maybe saying it to yourself quietly in your room, and yeah, because when I'm going through dysphoria, that's what I try to do, is try to tell myself that I'm valid, important, seen and respected. I know of a lot of people who don't have supportive friends and family, so that might be very difficult to really say to themselves. But I feel like if you say that to yourself, think about it this way: you're the one who can support yourself the most, because when you're able to see yourself clearly and able to recognize that, hey, I'm strong, I'm courageous, I'm beautiful, handsome, smart, respectful, understanding, empathetic. And try to say like as many things as you can to yourself. Try to do self-talk as much as possible when dealing with dysphoria, and write it down in a notebook so that next time when you're having a rough time, you can look back and remind yourself of all those things, and so that you can be like, you know what, I am those things. And yeah, maybe even like even when you have a bad day, and then like let's say that bad day turns into having make you feel dysphoric because people are perceiving you as a gender that you don't want to identify as. And when you're looking in your journal and you see that, you're like, yeah, I do, I am those things because I love helping people and I love putting smiles on their faces. And yeah, and then when you do that, hopefully it makes you feel better and more appreciated because you're all appreciated who you are. I feel like as LGBTQI plus folks, we aren't appreciated enough, and we always get hated on a whole lot for being outside the sexuality spectrum and also the gender spectrum of the gender norms and the sexuality norms as well. And people always want us to like die, to this never to exist ever again, to hurt ourselves and stuff like that. But from bottom of my heart, I mean this. You're loved. You mean the world to someone out there, and that no matter what happens, you're loved. You're seen. You're beautiful. You're handsome, and respected, and you're strong. No matter what you're going through, you always always have an ally ready to protect you and always to support you and ready to listen to you when you need it the most. I know the world right now can be seem scary at times, but I tell you this: when you're able to beat out all of your weaknesses, let's say like yours, social anxiety, if you're able to beat that, which I'm still working on myself, trying to at least, not really, but hey, that's a video I will do better with that moving forward. And yeah, if you're able to, you know, you do that, then your mental health will do better, and you will have less and less dysphoria. And again, we're gonna recap. Gender dysphoria seems like an icky, gooey kind of feeling. Not gooey, but kind of an icky feeling where you don't feel aligned with your gender or your birth sex. Where you end up feeling confused or just feel sad and depressed or just, have anxiety and just feel stressed out. And maybe someone that's trying to figure out who they are. So confused as well. And I don't want to use the word confused in this video because a lot of transphobic people say that. But yeah, when we first figure out we might be agendered and fluid, not binary, trans, we're confused as who we are with identity and how we want to express ourselves and how we want to identify. And yeah, that's why it's better to talk to friends, family, partners, therapists, write things down, or do self-talk as much as possible, and try to get rid of as much negative talk to yourself as possible. And again, I want to say this as clear as possible. You're loved, you're cared for, you're seen, you're strong, you're kind, you're beautiful, handsome, respected, courageous, outspoken, outgoing, and just smart. And all the kind with I can't think of the top of my head right now, but I am those things, and so are you all as well. And hopefully this video helps you all understand what gender dysphoria is and why it's important to respect people who are trans or underneath the trans umbrella. Because it's always important to respect people, or if you don't understand why someone is trans, always ask these questions. So ask questions, oh, what made you trans? Ask people like, oh, how did you know that you were trans? Or what pronouns do you use? And what name do you want to go by? And then if they feel comfortable enough telling you that, then you might go with they, them, or she, her, or he, him, or he, they, or she, they, or mix of the pronouns, or near pronouns as well. And yeah, it's always important to respect someone's gender identity and pronouns and name, because when you don't respect them, you're probably going to cause someone to have gender dysphoria, and this never is a good thing at all. Period. And hopefully this video helps clear out what gender dysphoria is. Sorry for the long wait for making the video, but again, hopefully this video helped any of you out. If it did, then leave a like, subscribe. So don't forget to join the Discord and Fluxer down below in Blue Sky as well. If you have any more questions, and my community members would love to answer them. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. See ya. Bye bye.